this is Noreen from JoyaCards.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! For more of my Stampin' Up! Card videos, which are about 2 a week, click that subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll be alerted when they come up. So I want to talk to you about adorable owls, and I will make a card at the end, but more importantly, how do you color Mr. Owl? And you can just do the normal kind of brown color. And by the way, he's in celebration. It's good through the end of February. So, I mean, you can get this for free when you place a $50 order in any of the current catalogs, which is the mini and the annual. So let's talk about how to color these guys. Now, don't forget, we've got flesh colored Stampin' Blends. These are great for this kind of a character because, you know, there's a lot of browns in here. So these are fantastic to get. Now, I'm also in the description of my video, I'm going to put down all the colors that I used. I'm going to put down the dimension for the card that I'm going to be using. And I'll put the links for these flesh colored ones. So all you have to do is go to the title of my video, click the little arrow, the more, the show more, all that other crap. And whoopsie. And it will pop up. So also I'm an Amazon affiliate. So if anything you see in my videos, any of my videos that's not Stampin' Up, there's an Amazon link. Amazon links, all they do, if you click on the link, I get a little kickback from Jeff Bezos because he has just way too much money. Anyway, so, and even if you don't buy anything for 24 hours, I get a kickback on anything you buy on Amazon, and that helps my little tiny desperate business. Anyway, so let's get to coloring Mr. Owl. The first thing I did is I took all these flesh color Stampin' Blends and I wrote them out and I made a little splotch because I want to see, you know, how dark and light they are. So this was a really good guide. I also pre-stamped a bunch of the owls and kind of played with the combinations. So this is a good thing to do. So that's what I started with. And looky here. Oh my gosh. So let's start with this one. This is light and dark Cajun Craze for his body, light pumpkin for his feet and his nose, and SU 800 for the middle part. Now that SU pertains to these fleshy colors. So the SU 800 is right here. And if you look at my little tester, SU 800 right there. So that's this one. This one is light and dark smoky slate and dark calypso coral. And instead of, I'm actually meant to do dark smoky slate and gray granite, but I picked up the wrong pen, so he's okay. And the calypso coral is the feet and the nose. So next one here, we've got light and dark daffodil delight and light Tahitian tide. Now I used the dark daffodil inside the eyes, the nose, and the feet, and the light for inside the body. So I really like that combination. Here's light and dark cherry cobbler. So what I did is I tried to do like a blending thing. It's actually probably just dark cherry cobbler and then light and dark daffodil delight for his nose and his feet. Now in the middle, I tried to do some little feather things, you know, but it looks okay. I am not a person that draws well. That's why I use stamps. Because I don't have that kind of talent. So, but you can put things in his belly, and I've got another one coming up that I actually put something on his belly, but you need a stamp that's really, really small, and we'll get to that in a minute. But that's that one. And then we've got Mango Melody for his eyes and his nose. This one is the gray and the smoky slate. So it's supposed to be like that one. And then I used also a blending or a Stampin' Right for his feet and wings in the basic black. And you can buy these separately. They're like $4. You don't have to buy the whole Stampin' Right thing, but this is a good thing to have. This one is rustic metallic dots in his eyes. You could put the dots inside on your little owl here, and he kind of looks cute. This one looks better than the next one would come to, but that's what those are. And then I used the bronze Stampin' Blend and the SU 500. So the bronze is here and the 500 is here, and then light pumpkin pie. This one's a really good one. I used matte black dots. I had to stop the video and say that really slow. That was dumb. Anyway, and then the SU 100, which is here, and ivory. So there's ivory and bronze here, and then all these other little crazy numbers. And then dark pumpkin pie for his feet and his nose. This one is the one that I wanted to show you, and I was looking for stamps that had a little teeny tiny little something to it, and Love for You has a little baby heart, and I put it inside the belly because, you know, I can't draw. So I did that with dark polished pink, and then we've got also polished pink on the outside, flirty flamingo in his body, and mango melody for his feet and his nose. This one is light mango for his feet and the nose, fresh Frieza, and light orchid oasis. This one I didn't like. Light mossy meadow, light cherry cobbler, and mango melody. I use mango melody on most of them, except for the next one, of course. On this one, I used SU 400, which is this one here, on his feet, bow tie, and beak. And then I use SU 900 on that for the yellow, and then pumpkin pie for the rest of his body. This one is light daffodil delight and balmy blue, and I kept the rest of it white, so he turned out kind of cool. This one, the bow tie is cherry cobbler, dark, and light and dark parakeet party, and dark daffodil delight. This one is soft succulent and evening evergreen. This one actually looks better probably in person than it does on the video, but it looks good. And then of course mango. And then this one is SU 700, which is this color here, and SU 500, which is this color. So 500 is a darker one, and 700 is a lighter one, and then mango. This one is Poppy Parade in light, light mango melody, light and dark parakeet party. This one is dark cherry cobbler, light mango, and light daffodil delight. This one is light mango and light daffodil, dark parakeet party, and Pacific Point. There is not a blending pen for Pacific Point, but there's a Stampin' Right. So I use the Stampin' Right to do that. These are great. If you're a demonstrator, get the whole thing of Stampin' Rights. I use them all the time, and they come in all the colors, so you don't have to go, oh, there's not a blending pen for this particular color. So Pacific Point. And then we get down to the owl with the party hat on. This one is light daffodil, dark polished pink, dark mango, and parakeet. This one is Tahitian tide and light daffodil, and left the rest of it white. This one is light Tahitian tide, light mango, light fresh Frieza, dark orchid oasis, and dark mango. And the last one is light daffodil delight, light dark polished pink, and light Bermuda bay. So here's all the colors. Like I said, you could put things in his belly if you can find them small enough, like a stamp. You could put the embellishments for his eyes, so that's kind of cute. I kind of wanted to do something more in the middle, but kind of just wasn't enough room. But now let's make a cute little card. So here's the cute little card we're going to make. Now, since Adorable Owls doesn't have a lot to it, it's like the owls and a few sentiments, I am going to embellish here. So the first thing I'm going to do is for the inside, I'm going to just put a decorative border here. And that's why I bought this set. This was like, oh, this would be great for inside a card. So this is just Orchid Oasis 5.5 by 4.25. Now this DS paper is Dandy Designs. This is a great paper. And it's in the back of the celebration here. And when you place a $100 order in any of the catalogs that are current, then you can get this one for free. And it's 48 sheets. And there's all kinds of really cute paper in here. So I just cut this 4 by 5.25. Now all the dimensions for my cards are in the description of the video. So just click on it and you'll pull it right up. So go to the title, there's that little arrow, and show more a million times, and then you can page down and get the dimensions. So I'm going to use that decorative border, this one right here, just put it on the bottom just to give it something. I just hate leaving things blank. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it right here and snail it on, and then we can do the front. And of course, the ink I use is Orchid Oasis. So now let's get to the front of the card. Here's another piece of that dandy design. It's so cute. And this is 4 by 5 1/4, and just put it right here in the middle like that. And then I picked another piece of that dandy design, and these are 4 by 1 inch. And I'm gonna put one on each end like so. One there, and then one on the other side. And like I said, adorable owls, there's not much to it. So you have to kind of find ways to, you know, bring it out. So I went to painted labels, and I love this little die. This is a cool die, and it makes these little edging things. So I cut out 4. Now you're gonna need a take your pick tool because there's lots of little holes and stuff that you're gonna need to punch out there. But go ahead and take these, and I just use my snail and put it on here. Now, they don't go all the way across, so I'll take the first one and put it like, eyeball it halfway to the card. And now I'm gonna prove to you I am totally human. I don't wanna put this on the card base right now because I do need to cut these off. So I just pulled it off. That's the great thing about using snail, is you can just pull it off, and I just use this Tombow here. And then I'm gonna take another one, snail it, and put it on the other side like that, and then snail 2 more and do it to the other side. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. So now I'm going to show you why I pulled that off my card, and that is we need to cut these off because, like I said, they don't go all the way across, and you want to make sure that that little break is in the middle. So I put them, so here's the break right there. So I'm going to go ahead, flip over the paper, and just cut this off. Now we need to put on the ribbon, and this is that really cool metallic woven ribbon. It's in the annual catalog, and the color is Sweet Sorbet. And when you take this off, it'll have a natural curl to it, and you want to take, and when we put this on the card, we want to make sure the curl is down. But right now, we're going to take the card. This is another reason why we can't put it on the card base yet. Silly girl, I'm sorry. I made a mistake there, but I'm going to take my fine tip glue, and I'm going to put a bead, a small bead on the white border of this little design here. And if you need to get it started on your silicone craft sheet. And if you don't have a silicone craft sheet, I don't know how you do without it. And I use it all the time. Not only, we're going to use it here for the ribbon too, when I have snail on the back of this card. And it's going to prevent it from sticking. Anyway, so after you use your fine tip glue, make sure you put that lid back on. Just line up that pin in there, close it all the way down because it can clog. Now, look at the curl of that ribbon. Like I said, we want the curl side down, and we're going to take it and we're going to put it right over that glue. And then we're going to hold it here for just a few seconds. So I held it down for like 10 seconds. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to snail it here and here. I'm also going to feel for that decorative piece, and I'm going to put more snail on the other side and flip it over. Now, before I flip it over, of course, tuck in my ribbon. Boy, Noreen. Hello, tuck in your ribbon. So I'm tucking in my ribbon here. I'm going to turn it over. Now, even though I've got snail in the back, it's on my silicone craft sheet. So it's not gonna stick or anything like that. So we're all good. So I'm gonna take that fine tip glue again and put that little bead, don't put too much, glue just right on that border for the ribbon. So that ribbon's got that natural curl down. I'm gonna take it, and this is like 6 inches of the ribbon. So I'm gonna put it right on that glue, and I'm going to, once again, hold it down for like 10-20 seconds. So I held it down. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to pull back the ribbon, and here we go. Now we can put it on our card. Sorry. And so I'm going to just nail it down and put it right here, just like that. Now we're going to work on the circle. What we're going to do is take our layering circles, take the second and third largest circle, with Orchid Oasis. Put it on your die cutting machine just like this and grab a piece of tape and hold it down. Now I use the delicate frog tape. You know why? It's cheap. You get a ton of it. You can get it anywhere. And if you go to the description of my video, it's in my Amazon links. So you can click on it and it magically shows up at your door. Amazing. So this is great stuff. It doesn't give too much a glue on your dies. You can use it like 5 or 6 times over and it's great. So you're going to take this over your Orchid Oasis paper inside. So one is nested in the other. Tape it down and run it through. And what you're going to get is this. So you're going to get a circle and an outline. This circle you can put in your box of orphan little die cuts, and we're going to be using this circle here. Now we're going to jump to the sentiment here. This tag is from Fabulous Frames, and this one I use quite a bit. So I just took this little tiny die cut here, and I took the sentiment from Adorable Owls, It's Your Day, in Orchid Oasis, and I'm just going to stamp it right like that. And I'm going to take the die and I'm going to take my delicate yellow frog tape, not the green. It's got to be the yellow stuff. I'm going to tape it on there and I'm going to run it through my die cutter. Now that I've cut it, you might need to take your pick tool and take out the little holes at the end. And here's what happens to that tape. So it's perfectly fine to use again. In fact, the more you use the tape, like the better. And the reason why I use this, I was out of like washi tape, which is awful because I wrapped a piece of washi tape around my brother's Scan and Cut and it had a black line for like 6 months. I thought I ruined it until it worked itself out. I don't know. I had good luck that day. But there's another brand of tape that I was using and it's like this kind and I couldn't find it anymore and they replaced it with this kind, which is like worthless and I should throw it away. And I was painting my cabinets in the kitchen. I used the delicate frog tape and I used it out of desperation and it's like I've never gone back. So anyway, there's my sentiment tag. Now we can go ahead and put these on the card. Now I chose not to dimension anything because sometimes it's just harder to go through the mail. You have to pay more. If it's over 1/4 of an inch, you're supposed to put more postage on there. So it's really confusing. But anyway, I went ahead and snailed the circle and it will go over that decorative piece a little bit, but that's fine. And put that in the middle. And now let's make our owl. So I've got the birthday owl here and I am using Memento and I'm using it because it's a cartoon. So I'm not worried about it being realistic or anything. And we're going to be doing some coloring and black is just kind of the best one to use. So I'm going to take my light Daffodil Delight. I'm going to start with the lightest color first. I kind of like doing that when I'm using pens because, you know, yeah. It's just kind of better to not have it bleed into anything. And I just did the little hat. And now I'm going to take the light Mango Melody and I'm going to do the nose here and the feet. Just like that. And actually, I do need to take the light Daffodil again and do the eyes. Just the inside of the eyes here. Nice and light. Just like that. Now the light Tahitian Tide for the hat. I'm going to do the little poofy thing on top and the other 2 little stripes just like that. Now the light Fresh Frieza is the inside of the ears and his face and his belly. So I'm going to color those and I will be right back. And the last color is the light Orchid Oasis. Now it's a really dark color and when you go in like toward his ears, like barely touch it because it could bleed into the other colors. So just be careful with it and just go really slow so you don't go coloring out of the lines. So I'm going to color the rest of him and I'll be right back. Now he's all colored up. Now I do want to bring this back to the samples that I made. I picked this combo because I took this beautiful paper and I thought what matched it the most, and that's where I came up with it. So it's sometimes really good to have all these samples so you know what goes best with the color. Now I'm going to grab the third largest die. Now, whenever you're taking your dies, make sure you put it back on your magnet. That's a good way to lose it on your desk here somewhere. And I do have these magnets on my Amazon link. So if you need magnets, go to the description and click on the link. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this down. Make sure you tape it so it's right there in the middle and run it through. Now that I've got it all die cut out, I'm going to snail it again. I didn't want to use dimensionals because it's like a kind of a pain to put it through the post office. Now we got to bling it up. So I'm using pastel pearls and pearl basic jewels. Now, like I said, all the dimensions, all the items that I've used in the cards are in the description of my video. There's nothing to hide here. So I'm just going to bling this up here, put 2 of those on and 2 of the big ones on. And that's the card. Isn't that cute? I just kind of love how it turned out. And here's another shot of this. I'm going to take a picture of it, and I'll also put it in, it won't show up on the YouTube video, but if you go to joyacards.com, which is my website, I'll take a picture of it so you can really look at them closely. And also on joyacards.com, I've got a shop. So you go to shop, there's shop Stampin' Up. That's my direct Stampin' Up if you want to order anything. And then there's my Joya Cards shop, which is all the retired. So this will be retired in from March. So this will be retired in March. So it'll be up on that site. All the retires from all the catalogs, once they, roll over, they're up on my retireds. I also sell cards. Cards will be up there as well. I've got card kits. So, but anyway, that will do it for me. Thanks. Bye.